Welcome to Burning Questions, the interview series where we get real with B2B tech leaders by asking 10 questions while eating spicy food. Our guest today is Dave Gerhardt, the VP of Marketing at Drift. Welcome, Dave.
Thanks for having me. I have no idea why I said yes to this, but I'm ready.
All right, so the way this is going to work is before each of the questions that I ask, you're going to spin the wheel.
Okay.
And I'm going to go down this path with you. We are going to then eat whatever the item is here, and then we'll do the question.
Okay.
As a prize for making it all the way through.
This is we, so you're in this.
I'm doing this with you. I'm doing this with you. This is it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay.
So as a prize for making it all the way through, we want to make sure that we're into giving, so we want to make sure that you can give somebody a gift.
Okay.
So who are you going to be playing for today?
So I'm playing for Blair Shane. She's the CMO at Sequoia. She has no idea I'm doing this, but she's been helping me out with a ton of stuff behind the scenes, and I can't thank her enough. So I figured when you asked that, I figured we would put her as my gifty.
Okay, all right. So Alyce will come up with some good gift options at the end that you can choose from.
Perfect.
All right, let's get real.
All right.
Spin the wheel.
I'm ready. I hope you got this on tape. What do we got? Da Bomb
salsa. Okay, so that is right over here. So let's grab.
How do I know this? I need to prove that you're not.
Yeah.
Okay, this.
Yeah, put it. Yeah, for you to look.
Ghost pepper salsa. Oh, so we're really coming in hot.
Okay. You kind of rolled a heater here at the beginning.
Cheers.
So let's cheers. Let's do that. All right. So, being from Worcester, Mass, what's a memory you have from growing up?
You took so much more than me.
And what did you want to be?
That was not. I wanted to be like an NBA player, or it's a professional athlete of some kind. But then, like, I didn't grow past 5'8", and I wasn't that good at any other sports. I played basketball, baseball, and golf growing up, and I played golf and baseball in college. But I never wanted to do anything business. I wanted to be like a professional athlete. That's the only world that I knew, and that's what I wanted to do.
When did that?
And here I am.
When did the dream stop? Was it just a height thing, or were you ever good enough at it?
It stopped like probably after high school. Like I played in college, but it was a small school and wasn't very good. It was a small D1 school. I didn't play that much, and then really right there it kind of ended. But it's okay.
All right. All right. Well, we'll keep this dream alive.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. All right.
You took a lot more. I was very passive.
Okay. All right. Well, on to on number 2.
All right.
Let's go.
You know what? I'm gonna I have a little more.
I have a little more.
Whoa. We gotta let people know.
This is only number 1.
Well,
okay. Oh. Terrible roll.
Is this a bad one?
This is Ghost of the Opry hot sauce, which I believe is this one here.
How did you pick these?
We picked them based on pain factor. All right, so this one, let's get a nug here.
It's a nugget?
It's a nugget one. Yeah, let's dunk a nug here.
These are not warm.
They're.
Which one is it? Ghost of the Opry?
Yeah.
That looks like too much. Crazy. I'm going to go very conservative.
So your first job out of college was working at a PR agency.
Mm-hmm.
What was the big thing you took away from that experience?
It taught me, like, almost got it in my eye. It taught me how to work, which is like really underrated. It's going to be like a slow burn. You think so?
I think it could. Yeah. A lot of these actually have that.
The slow burn?
Yeah.
It taught me how to work. So, like, I had no idea if I wanted to be in business or what I wanted to do. But it taught me, like, how, like, really silly things that I think are really important to me today, which is, like, writing a draft of a press release and getting comments in track changes and, like, having to make edits. And at the time, like, email was the main form of communication. There was no Slack. And so you had to be very thoughtful. And so all my communication was client facing. And so today we just live in this world where, like, you can fire off a Slack message to anybody and it's like, whatever. I would literally sweat over sending an email to a client that basically just said, like, hey, can you read this thing? But it taught me how to write. It taught me how to communicate. So I took that skill more than anything else. And I had a boss there. His name's Rick McLaughlin, an amazing guy. He was a VP there. And he taught me, he had this pet peeve, which is like when somebody replies back to your email, sometimes like the topic changes in an email, but the subject line is the same. One of his pet peeves was not changing the subject line. So if you change the topic, change the subject line. And that's something that I still do today. and that taught me how to work. And this thing is boiling in my throat right now this whole time.
All right, good. Okay. All right, let's move on. Question number 3.
Who enjoys these? Like who seeks these out?
I think it's
like, you know, I need to go pick up my Time's Up hot sauce today.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the size of the market is.
2 down. Cornferno popcorn.
Cornferno. So let's have some of this little popcorn over here. You can have a couple.
Right to my nose.
Yep. This is ghost pepper, habanero, and that. What advice would you give to your 20-year-old self?
That was awful, by the way. Is milk the secret? Is milk like the damper?
Milk does have a dampening effect. Yeah.
I hate milk too.
Yeah. If you're drinking milk, you know. Yeah.
How are you enjoying this?
No. I'm trying to keep the focus on you. Trust me when I say I'm starting to sweat.
Oh God.
I'm starting to sweat.
Popcorn is terrible. What was the question?
What advice would you give your 20-year-old self?
Be patient. Like you have to work hard, but you have to be patient. The thing that you want to do is not going to hit you until later. So at 20, I didn't know that I would love marketing. I just wish that I was a little bit more open-minded to just like learning and knowing that. God, that was so spicy. I don't know if it's like the build-up on my tongue, but there is so much happening in my mouth right now. I'm like battling to tell you these stories. Be patient. Like you have to put in Gary Vee. You know, love him or hate him, he has this saying that basically says like, you know, shut the F up until you're 30. And like, I couldn't agree with that more. I'm 31 and I just like still feel like there's so much that I have to learn. So I think if you just have that mindset going in from 20 to 30, just take it for what it is, go into work every day, learn and grow, like that's the best mindset you can have. My tongue is in bad place right
it's
now.
It's a back of the throat thing as well.
I feel like I need a spit bucket.
You know? Okay. All right. Let's go ahead on your roll here.
Are there any things that are like okay?
There are fewer. Yeah, there's a couple.
Have we done some bad ones?
We've done. We've done a couple of the worst actually. Yeah. To bomb nuts. Yeah. All right. Ghost pepper peanuts here. All right. Let's grab a few of those.
I'm gonna grab one.
Okay. All right. I'll have 5 or 6. All right. So in Seeking Wisdom, which is an amazing podcast, you know that I'm a huge fan of this podcast. You talked about how you got your first job in marketing.
Yeah.
And when you were talking about working at Drift, you were saying, do I want to earn or do I want to learn?
Yeah.
Walk people through that phrase a little bit and whether or not you still feel that exact way.
So this is more like a mid-20s, late 20s decision, but I had a point in my career where like I had 5-6 years of good experience at a company and really had to pick like, did I want to stay at a bigger company where you can probably make 20, 30, 40, 50% more money, or go take a chance and be like the only marketer at a company that had nothing yet. And I just made the decision, like, I found a team that I really believed in David and Alyce, and I believed in the problem that they were going to solve, and I said, you know what, I don't really care. You know, obviously there's a certain amount of money that is important that you need to like pay your rent and live by, but outside of that, I just like took a bet on the fact that I'm going to join these guys. The company is going to go this way. I'm going to learn a ton, and like, I just think back 3 years ago, like, it couldn't have been any better. Coming from the only marketing person, like, not only did I have to learn, like, literally had to learn everything. I had only done a couple things in marketing before. And if you look at my background, you'd probably look at my LinkedIn and be like, this guy did a podcast at this other company, at HubSpot, and now he's running marketing at Drift. Doesn't make any sense. But what I learned is, like, I learned how to grow something, and then I got to apply that to Drift. And so at Drift, the first person to do SEO was me. The first person to blog was me. The first person to do a podcast was me. The first person to figure out video was me. The first person to do website migration with an agency and design was me, right? Like, that made me grow up really fast, because all of a sudden you have to do all these things. And now we've hired people who are much better at each of those things on the marketing team to grow. And so the earn and learn decision is like, I could have made 5 times more money at another company but there's no way I would have learned as much. And so now it's set me up to be in a much better position moving forward. So I think it just depends on what you want and where you're at in your career.
Nice. Couldn't have said it better myself. Having done that in my past jump that I made 5 years ago.
It's the number one thing you do.
Yep.
I think like somebody asked me the other day, and the advice I gave him was like, I would find if you're at this point in your career where you're not sure what you're going to go do, it's going to be harder for you to go join a big company and become director, VP of whatever. I would go find an early stage company that needs their first marketer, and you got to own everything. You got to run events for the first time. You got to buy swag for the first time. You got to run ads for the first time. If you can figure all that out on the job, then that's the best way to learn.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Smiling because you probably had did the same thing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, it was the best learning experience.
I only tried to give you a long answer there because I needed.
You need like a buffer. You need actually time to. Yeah. No. And by learning, I mean I then made 1,000 mistakes in the process, but it was.
That's the only way. This is the number one thing that I get frustrated with is like, people want a shortcut. Here's how I became a better writer. I wrote 200 blog posts in the first year at Drift, right? Here's how I got better at writing emails. Twice a week for 52 weeks, we sent an email at Drift, and I had to write all of them. And I sent out a blank one, I sent out no subject line, I screwed them all up, but now I've learned, and like there is no shortcut for actually doing the work.
Reps and sets.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, go ahead. You're
I was hoping you were going to spend.
What? Feels like you have more agency in it.
Habanero pickles.
Yes, here we go, right in front of us here, these little guys. This will feel like a little bit of a break. Although, all right.
It's like eating an ice cube, comparatively.
2 years ago,
Uh-huh.
on Medium you wrote, PR can be one of the best.
Great research, by the way. Very good.
PR can be one of the best and most cost-efficient ways for a startup to gain traction.
Yep.
So in regards to DIY tips for startups, do you believe that PR is the angle that people should be taking?
So I love this topic because I think about this a lot. When I wrote that article because I think too many startups spend their time chasing the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, right? Those places. And every startup founder and every company, you started the company because you feel like you can change the world. Imagine those reporters, how many companies are getting pitched every single day. This is a game-changing whatever. This is a revolutionary new way to whatever. It's going to be really hard to get their attention unless you've raised a ton of money from a big-name backer. Even still, though, like raising money today is now kind of table stakes. You need, 5 or 6 big-name customers, people who are talking about how they literally changed their life because of what you're doing. It's going to be hard. So my take on PR is like I think the landscape of PR has changed. I think now there's more people that are reporters that are not really reporters. Like I would go find everybody who has a podcast in your industry, everybody who has a blog in your industry, everybody who runs events in your industry, right? Everybody who does videos in your industry, and pitch yourself to go on their podcast, on those videos, speak at those events. Like that's all kind of like homegrown PR stuff, and I think that is where you can see more results than you can if you just chase the New York Times all day. And I think what you're going to get better at is like refining your pitch and refining your story by speaking more. Most people, if you only chase that big hit from the New York Times, it's going to take 2 years, right? But I also think that since the landscape has changed, people like you and I, the first time I hear about a company is never from the New York Times anymore. It's from, John, who has a marketing podcast, who I trust and is an influencer and like really knows the space. Like that's the person that I'm getting my advice from. And I think because of Medium, because of podcasts, because of those channels, all that stuff has been spread out to other people than traditional reporters.
All right. This next segment. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a few photos, and then
Are they of me?
They are of you.
Okay.
These are your photos,
Okay.
publicly available information here.
Good.
We at Alyce believe in only finding publicly available information
That's
to be able to
fine.
research
Everything
people.
is public with me.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a series of pictures, and you're just going to provide us more context.
Okay.
And we'll put these up on the screen so people can actually
Okay.
see these up close.
Okay.
So first, let's
Sure. Spin the wheel.
spin the wheel here.
I thought.
You thought you were going to get away with that?
Wake up, hot sauce.
Okay. So I'm really kind of bummed about that roll.
It's gonna be
Let's
the worst
grab a
one.
nugget.
Are these in order?
No. I think that this is, I don't want to bias you here, but I think this is the worst tasting, actually, of the things.
You're bummed about it. That's always good. You always want to hear like the guy who's running this, like who set this up, say that this is the worst.
It's just the taste. All right, so here you go. Series of pictures. Here's number one.
I remember that one. That was a video that I did at Constant Contact. It was like for a company thing. I still had a full head of hair. It was starting to go away. It was a video we did at Constant Contact, and that was a screenshot. And I'm pretty sure I posted that on Instagram at the time. It was also the last time I wore a collared shirt, I think. This is a good one. This was October 2016. Went to the Patriots game with Alyce. That's Alyce, founder and CTO of Drift. This was after a couple drinks. We got some nachos, and it was a miserable game. I think Brady was still suspended at this point. That was me doing a thumbs up. Yeah. These are seats from Izar, is one of our investors, gave us his tickets, I believe. And that's where we're. I'm trying to give you the full context.
I love this.
My memory is impeccable.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
No, it's great. Even after a couple drinks, you remember.
Sure, of course. I play.
Oh, my last one.
Oh, I can't believe this. I gotta take a picture of this. This is unbelievable. So this is me and my best friend Tim. This looks like prom junior year. It looks like prom junior year.
Of high school.
Of high school.
Wow.
Yeah. What other proms are there? College proms?
I don't know. I'm getting delirious, so I don't know what. Yeah.
This is wow. You went deep. No,
yeah.
That was junior year of high school prom.
Do you remember who your
senior year of high school prom?
Do you remember who your date was?
Yes.
Did she get a shout out?
No. There's no reason. There's no need for that.
All right.
There's no need to pull somebody else into this.
They weren't in it. They weren't in that picture.
Yeah.
They don't need to get brought into that.
Exactly.
Okay, that was fun. On to the next. I am so close to having milk. That one had Pepsi.
Just the names of these.
All right, the Reaper
none of these names
salsa.
have been like eating a sandwich.
No, they're more on the death side of
Reaper
the
salsa.
life-death equation. All right, let's get some of that. Okay, so account-based marketing, popular topic. Wanted to get your take on how an account-based approach factors into the way that you're building your marketing strategy.
It's a good question. Today our account-based motion is driven by our product. So like in Drift, you can have all the reps set their target accounts and have a personalized message and get an alert when that person shows to the website. From a company perspective today, we're very much inbound driven, where most of our leads come from content, word of mouth, virality from our product, events, webinars, and that type of stuff. But each rep does have a certain number of target accounts that they're trying to work. I do think though that the whole like ABM, I love the ABM approach and like we believe in it from our product, but I think the whole noise about it got a little too out of control, where one of my favorite books is called The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes, and he talks about how every good salesperson should have a list of their Dream 100, which is like a list of their top 100. Are you okay right now?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Which is they should have a list of their top 100 accounts. And to me, that's boom, there's account-based marketing, right? Like, who are your people that you're going after? So to us, it's becoming more of a motion for us. It's a big piece of our product at Drift, but majority of our leads that we're getting today it's 90% inbound.
Yep. Awesome. All right. 7 down.
Good luck to you, whoever's after me in this.
7 down. All right.
You go.
Number 8. Here we go. Whew.
Reaper salsa, we just got it. Do you go again?
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, then you just land on.
Oh, we're done.
No, we do it.
You got to go again?
Yeah, we do it again.
Oh.
Yeah.
What kind of game is this? You need better rules. This is not.
You want to change the rules?
Yes. If you hit it twice. Oh. The worst part is none of these even taste good.
This one's good.
Just hot.
What's the most thoughtful gift you've ever received?
Oh God. This is a good question. It's a very good question. My wife is amazing at getting this stuff, just for the record. She's very thoughtful. I don't know. I don't know. The most thoughtful gift to me is. I'll give you the most. Can I give you the most unthoughtful?
Sure. Well, let's flip the script on that. Yeah.
When my wife and I first started dating, she got me tickets to like this boat cruise, and we were literally trapped on a boat for 4 hours in the Boston harbor. It was awful. So that was not thoughtful.
Why were you trapped?
Because you can't get off the boat. We're just there.
And it doesn't go anywhere.
No, it was awful. It was awful.
This is
sweating.
This is a recurring.
Yeah.
I've actually seen these boats.
People are good. My wife is good. My mom is always great. She always gets me socks, which I never wanted when I was growing up. But now, the best thing you can get me is socks.
Really?
Socks.
But a bunch of people are going to send you socks now, probably.
That's
after,
fine.
After hearing
Just
this.
send me something other than hot sauce. I swear. Send me like a piece of bread or something. Oh.
All right. On to number 9. Here we go. We are really close.
Ghost pepper jelly beans.
Jelly beans right here.
Sounds awful.
Yep. There we go. Yeah. I have 3. I'll have 3.
I'll have 2.
So, when I think of drift,
The worst part about this is like it's just going to happen.
I think of how amazing of a job you've done building a great brand early on. And I wonder if too many marketers don't get that right early. And I was wondering kind of what your take is on the importance of investing in brand and something that's not measurable early on as a way of spending your precious time when you're one of maybe only 1 or 2 people in the marketing team.
It's a good question. I disagree with the idea, though, that I think this is not, because you asked, I think this is what most people get wrong. I disagree that it has to be, you have to pick one or the other. So I think and I've been talking about this a lot, which is, why I'll probably get fired up talking about it today. I think the lines between demand and brand have gone away, and they're one thing now, where people used to say, that used to be a good excuse, because you used to say, I'll care about brand later, because a brand was expensive, you needed designers, you needed an agency, you needed some perfect positioning statement and vision and colors for your website. Whereas today, the best brands are real and authentic and human, and so as consumers, every sales rep, what do they say about their product? They say, hey, I want you to buy my thing. It's easier to use, it's faster, it's the newest, it's the best. Everyone says that. And so even if it's true, as consumers, we're all just skeptical of that. And so my biggest belief is that as a brand, the best thing you can do as a brand is be real and be authentic and be human. And so the best branding today is one example we've done at Drift is we killed all stock photos. No more stock photos. All of our photos are either us or our customers. All of our videos are us or our customers. And it's shot on an iPhone. Some of our best performing content has literally been shot on an iPhone because it's just unscripted, somebody talking about what they're working on. So I don't think you need this creative agency anymore to define your brand. Your best brand is you. And so I don't believe in the idea that you have to pick one. I think your number one mission has to be to generate leads and sales as a marketer. If you're not doing that, you don't get to go spend time on brand. But I don't believe that that's a cop-out for not having a good brand, because I think you can do both today.
Love it. Last question.
Thank God.
Last question. Oh man, having a tough time even speaking here. Whew.
Ghost of the Opry hot sauce. This one was awful.
Ghost of the Opry here. This one here. Awful is relative.
Yeah.
It's relative.
Oh no.
Let's give a good dunk there. It's the last one. A good little dunk.
These nuggets are questionable, by the way.
So we could have warmed them up a little more. So you talk a bit about AI and bots.
Yeah.
There's a lot of conversation out there around the effect that AI is going to have on marketing, and whether or not it's going to replace or it's going to augment the activities of marketers. So looking forward 5 years, which is actually a very long time in this world, where do you see that playing out? Augment versus replace?
I don't think it will replace. I think it will augment. I think my favorite thing I'll steal from John Barrows. Shout out to you, John, if you're watching. I'm dying. He says that AI is going to make like good reps great, great reps incredible, and average reps irrelevant. And I think that some form of that, you get what I'm saying? I think that is the truth. Like, as people, you and I just want answers to the fastest one, easy information. AI is not going to replace those jobs, but it's just going to augment it. Why should a sales rep, after spending an hour with you on the phone, why should a sales rep have to go then punch in 40 minutes worth of notes in the CRM? Which is crazy. That stuff has already been said on the call somewhere. Somebody's got to be able to process that. Or why do we spend more time talking about lead attribution in marketing and battling over, is this a good lead or a bad lead with sales, versus thinking about what's the next creative campaign we can run? So I think there's a lot of like digital paperwork and back office stuff that AI is going to solve, that's going to make marketing about getting attention from the right people, and selling about like having the right conversation, and then AI can take care of the rest. That's what my hope is for the next 5 years, is that like the creative art of marketing and selling, like I still want to talk to a real person because I want to know, hey, I did read this review, is that really true? Like, I think AI can help answer maybe the first 80%, but I think there's that 20% that the human touch is not going to be able to replace.
Congratulations. You
Yes.
finished.
Thank
You
God.
survived.
Thank
a
God.
little bit of sweat, a little bit of burn.
I didn't go all in on the dipping. I would have been in a real problem if I went any deeper than that.
That was good though. You're out of the water, only a little bit of the milk.
I was nervous.
Well, congrats.
Thank you.
You did it.
Thank you.
That was an amazing interview. Thank
Yeah.
you for taking the time.
Sure. Am I the first one?
Blair you are the first
Okay.
one, and we're going to say that because this is going to be the first episode.
Yeah, I didn't want to ruin it for you.
Nope.
You could edit that.
Nope. This is the first one.
When did Blair win?
So Alyce went out and looked at
Nice.
Blair's publicly available information.
Okay.
And
Like
is
those
giving
pop
you
pictures.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's giving you 3 options based on her interests.
Nice.
So
Nice.
so she participated in a fundraising breast cancer walk.
Nice.
So you could offer her a donation on her behalf.
Great.
She's into Bikram yoga.
Okay.
So we've got a yoga kit
Okay.
from the marketplace, and then she has a family,
Nice.
and you can get a custom family portrait watercolor
Wow.
painting for her.
Can I have that
So
one? I love it.
your choice. Do you know which one you want?
Yeah, let's make a donation. Let's
Okay.
do the donation one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Dave.
Thanks
thank
for
you
having me.
very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Don't do this. This will help your series grow. Do not do this.
All right, that's a wrap.
Thanks.
Ah, whew.
That could have been real bad.